So after the doom and gloom of last episode, guys, where we got knocked out of the Champions League semi-finals by PSG, not only knocked out by PSG, we got hammered by PSG. We didn't turn up in either leg. We got annihilated on aggregate. So it was just rubbish, all over rubbish. However, we've got the Premier League back this episode. The final 2 games of the season, both against North London clubs, Arsenal and Tottenham. And of course, a little issue about winning the Premier League title. So let's take a look at the league. And of course, just a quick one. If you are enjoying the content, please give the video a little thumbs up. I do appreciate it. And if you are enjoying the content, of course, subscribe. I do try and bring out daily content at the minute. So fingers crossed we keep that going. Anyway, 36 games played. Arsenal 78 points. Us 82 points. There's a 4-point buffer. So that kind of doesn't really give us any room to slip up against Tottenham, considering we play Arsenal on the last game of the season. So, and of course, not only do we play Arsenal on the last game of the season, we've got to watch out for Man City, who are just 3 points behind us as well. So we could end this episode winners. We could end this episode third. So let's just get straight into that Tottenham game, and let's hopefully just put it all to bed, win the league in this game, and then we'll just play the kids against Arsenal. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's get into the game. So this is the squad we're putting out against Tottenham, away from home, of course. We've got Alisson in goal, Trent, Gomez, Konate, Robertson, the back 4, Soboslai, Harvey Elliott, Bajcetic in the midfield 3, and then, of course, we've got Salah, Nunez, and Ben Doak all up front. So let's get this game started. Quite anxious for this one, I'm not going to lie. I mean, any sort of slip up, let's get the league table up there. Any sort of slip up against Tottenham, and that gives Arsenal the opportunity to win, really. Well, let's try and work this out now. If we draw, we get a point, we go to 84. If Arsenal win, they go to... Oh, we've got an injury already. Trying to work that out. Soboslai off already 21 minutes into the game. That's not good. Bring on McAllister, switch him round with Elliott, I think. That's really not good, is it? Not a good start at all. But, Arsenal would go 81 points. So we're still not safe. We need to win this, really. If we win it, we win the league. But obviously, to draw it, I don't know if the Arsenal game... I wondered if that was going in then. I think the Arsenal game is away from home. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's at Anfield, because that then gives us every chance to win. But here's Son with a corner. Well saved by Alisson there. Yeah, of course we are playing early, so it also gives Arsenal the opportunity to slip up, hopefully. And if they did slip up, as well as Man City, which is not going to happen, we could win the league without even playing. So I think I'd rather win it with a win here, if I'm honest. But here's Konate now. Plays a 1-2 with Elliott. Over to Gomez. Nice little bit of build-up play now. Not sort of pushing it too hard. Trent Arnold down the right. Salah with the ball into Elliott, and he skied it. Absolutely skied that one. But we seem to be edging it ever so slightly against Tottenham. But it is Tottenham, so they are fighting. Well, I was going to say they're fighting for those European spots, but it looks like they'll miss out, I think, unless they get the win here. I hope Brighton lose, but uneventful first half. I think I'd prefer the uneventful first half to an onslaught from Tottenham. So, I mean, argument to say we probably should be winning. We've had a couple of good efforts. Finishing's just not been there. It's not been there at all for the last couple of games, really. Here's Bajcetic now with the ball. Elliott to Salah. Salah with an awful pass. And it looks like Spurs are on the attack. Don't want to concede here. Good save there by Alisson. Playing much better than he did when we played PSG in that first leg, and just was all over the place. Here's Son with a corner. Swings it in, and a good take there by Alisson. I'm thinking about some subs. Just don't know who to take off without affecting the game too much. Or who could affect the game too much, sorry, should I say. I think we could probably bring on Diaz, potentially. I mean, yeah, bring off Jota. bring on Jota. Diaz can come on for Doak, and Elliott for Gravenberch, and hopefully those fresh legs will help us a little bit. I mean, it's getting late in the game, and I really don't want Spurs to score. Oh, that's a good save by Alisson. He's keeping us in this game at the minute. Spurs are slowly turning that screw, and it's going to be a bit of an uncomfortable 10 minutes to watch this now. Unless Robertson now gets a goal. Oh, and he's just hit the woodwork. That could have been it for us. That could have been the goal that won us the Premier League. Although we don't really look like Premier League winners, do we? Sorry, I think my audio cut out there, but thank God they didn't score. Let's just say that. 90th minute. I think this is going to be a 0-0. It's got 0-0 written all over it, and it is. It's 0-0. That kind of leaves us with it all to do, I suppose, for the Arsenal game. Don't know how I feel about that. But a point to point, at least we didn't lose. However, a loss or a draw, I suppose. Either way, we'd still need to beat Arsenal. So, yeah, let's just see who they've got anyway. But let's be a glass half full kind of guy and just say we'll go to Arsenal. I mean, they've got Chelsea, so there's potential to lose that. There is the potential to lose that. So, and of course it is Anfield. So, yeah. Do you know what? Let's get into that game. So before we do, I've got to come back to you with some very important news. We've pretty much won the title, I think. So, Arsenal, they're out of the running. They drew 2-2 to Chelsea. That leaves them 4 points behind us there. So they could not win the league. The only team that can win the league is Man City. But they also drew 0-0 to Fulham and have Chelsea on the last game of the season. So we can afford to draw or lose by the looks of it against Arsenal. What we don't need is to lose more than 3-0 to Arsenal and City to beat Chelsea more than 3-0. So essentially, in simple terms, we need to better Man City's result against Chelsea, or we can't have a 6-goal swing basically. So we've pretty much won it, I think, just not technically yet. So we're going to get into that Arsenal game. We're going to try and win it regardless, just to make it that little bit more comfier. But I think we've won it. So let's find out how this goes. Anyway, let's get into that Arsenal lineup now, and let's go win the league. So this is the team we've tasked with beating Arsenal, hopefully, and winning us that trophy. Alisson in goal. We've got Bradley, Pennington, Van Dijk, and Robertson in the back four. We've got a midfield three even, of Alexander-Arnold, Elliott, and Gravenberch, and then a front three of Salah, Diaz, and Jota. I've tried to go quite strong. I'm still not convinced we'll win the league, regardless if we win, lose, or draw. So I've gone strong. We're going to try and win this game, and fingers crossed that title. So we're about to kick off, and I do think this is probably the last season. I mean, we're 2 seasons in now. I think this will be the last season we probably win the title for a few. Obviously, we've got Van Dijk leaving, Thiago leaving. However, we've not missed either of them, but you just know that we'll have a huge centre-back injury crisis come next year, and we'll miss him big time. But I think because we've got a lot of players in those sort of the developing stage, we've got like Ben Doak, who's not quite there, Bajcetic, that's not quite there. Obviously, Connor Bradley we're bringing through, Pennington, etc. They're all kind of still developing. They're not really established Premier League players at all. So I think next season will probably be the toughest. So if enjoying watching me struggle and probably lose a lot of games and maybe face the sack sounds like your cup of tea, I mean, next season will probably be all for you. Because I do think I don't know how we'll keep it up. I mean, luckily we've tied Salah down for a couple more years, but you just know those players, a couple of them are hitting 30 now. Alisson Becker, is 33. Salah's 33. Diaz is kind of approaching 30. Robertson's approaching 30. And there's a goal from Salah. One goal 20 minutes in, and that's exactly the start we wanted to make sure we do win this title. But yeah, I think next season we will struggle. So I'd like to prove myself wrong. Let's put it that way. But we've scored that goal by the looks of it, I mean, let's look at the table. We're 5 points clear there, which is quite nice to see. Just see Aston Villa there slipping into the top 4 instead of Chelsea. I mean, they've done well. They were in the Champions League this year, but we look like we've been the better team. They look like they've been the better team. However, we look like we've taken better chances, which is what it's all about, taking the chances. He says, and here come Arsenal potentially. So, but we've got that cushion at least. I think a draw would win it. No, a draw would win us the title. I think if we there's an awful pass. Jota there for 2-0. Awful pass from the Arsenal defence. Did not see that coming. Jota had loads of time. Rounded the keeper. And that's 2-0. And surely we've wrapped that up. I mean, I don't know whose fault that was. Was it the left back there for Arsenal? But 4 shots, 4 on target. We're being really clinical there. Just wondering whether to make a couple of subs. We like making subs around the 60th minute. So let's take a look. Let's just watch this a sec. Hopefully it doesn't change my thinking and Arsenal give us the ball and we can go and score again. That sounds quite good. There we go. There's the start. Give us the ball. Play it through. There's Salah. Salah to and that's a lovely chip that is, isn't it? Oh, that is a lovely chip. Audacious by 25 yards out with that chip. Wow. Good goal by Salah. 3-0 up. I didn't expect this at all. Did not expect us to be 3-0 up against Arsenal, considering the way we've played the last few weeks. We got battered by PSG, struggled to beat. Oh, and there's a shot. I think that went out for a corner, but yeah, let's make some subs now. But Diaz can come off and Doak can go on. I think we'll take Salah off, swap Jones and Doak around. There we go. Van Dijk can come off for his last game for us. I mean, I'm a little bit gutted that Van Dijk's gone, but I felt like it was completely out of my control with that contract situation where we could only give him a year's contract anyway. So by the time January come, Saudi Arabian clubs were just free for all trying to sign him. So Arsenal now on the attack. Is that Saka? Ball goes to Jota and they're really pushing forward there because they've got absolutely no one at the back. Jota's in loads of space. He's going to cross the ball. It gets given away there, but we win it back immediately. Quansah now with the ball. Plays it to Robertson. Jones back to Robertson. Surely a nice in-swinger now. Also Jones. 4-0? Oh, and it is 4-0. Is it 4-0? Ben Doak with the goal. What are we appealing for? Offside? I don't think it was. I mean, Doak wasn't offside, so goal awarded. I don't really know who was meant to be offside there. Oh, it was an own goal, so I don't know. Maybe there's something else in that, but we're 4-0 up. Couldn't have asked much more than that. We're playing so high up the pitch. We've got like everyone, bar the goalkeeper, nearly in. May as well be in Arsenal's 18-yard box there. But Bradley now plays the ball into Doak. We're ripping them apart. We are absolutely ripping Arsenal to pieces. Ben Doak with the lovely ball there to Gravenberch, kind of around the penalty spot. Hit it in there, didn't he? And that's 5-0. I think we've won the title, guys. I'm not too sure. 5-0 up. I don't think they're going to get back into it. Not with 1 minute to go. But are we going to get 6? Oh, it doesn't look like it. I mean, if we beat Arsenal 6-0 in the last game of the season, I think that's the perfect end to the season, isn't it? But I don't really want them to score. Just take the edge off. And 6-0. 6-0 up. How have we done that? Bradley there with the cross. He's played really well this game. Guys, 6-0. How have we beaten Arsenal 6-0? I was so worried about this game, thinking we've got to play Arsenal last game of the season, but confirmation there. We beat them 6-0 and we're about to lift the Premier League trophy for the second consecutive year. Of course, we've only played 2 seasons so far, but we've started off nice. We've won 3 trophies so far. 3 major trophies anyway. We don't talk about shields, do we? And it looks like we're about to lift the title. And there we go. A little bit of a pause there before he lifted that, but Premier League champions for the second year in a row. Surely the board are going to love me now, regardless what I do next season. You'd like to think. But yeah, guys, there we go. Premier League winners. I think I'm going to end it there, really. End it on a nice note and say thanks for watching. Of course, join me in the next episode. We'll have a look back at the season review, see what we've won, see what players we've developed, who we're looking to kind of develop next year. Of course, we've got the Community Shield to come again. That's always fun because that sometimes counts as a shield, depending on if we win it or lose it. Sorry, it sometimes counts as a trophy depending on if we win or lose it. But there we go. Board are delighted. Lived in the league. Oh, and there's a nice little note. Let's just have a look at this. We've finally knocked Man United off their perch, as Sir Alex Ferguson once said about Liverpool. And we've now got 21 titles, and we have the most leagues in England. So there we go. For all you Liverpool fans out there, that's always nice to see, isn't it? So like I said, guys, thanks for watching. If you do enjoy the videos, do enjoy the series, please give it a big thumbs up. Do appreciate it, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content.